Say, what's up with you, man? You my new celly? Man, you sure is ugly, you heard me? Man, what's your name? First name's Freddy, last name's Krueger. I'm from Elm Street. You know me? Woody? Freddy Krueger? You heard me? I think I know about you and I heard something about you. You from Elm Street, you heard me? Say, bro, but look here. If you're going to be up in this cell looking ugly like you do, face all jacked up, I got this here iron, boy. You're going to have to show me that paperwork. I got to see what you working with, you heard me? Paperwork, you say, eh? I got that stashed away here around here somewhere. Give me a second. You want to help me get this paperwork out? It's kind of down there. Hey, give me 1 second. There it is. I got my paperwork for you. I hope it all checks out. Say, bro, what you doing, dog, man? What you doing down there, man? Reaching all in your pants, pulling out your paperwork, you heard me? Let me see what you got, man. Give me that paperwork. Here you go. Excuse the fingers, they're a little sharp. Say, well, you like to crack them games and funny, huh? Freddy Krueger, bro, I know about you. I think I heard about you, man. My last selling name was Edward Scissorhands. You ever heard of him? Edward Scissorhands. That fool had hands like you, man. He ain't gonna come up here in this cell running nothing. You know about Edward. If I could stay with Edward Scissorhands, I could stay with Freddy Krueger, you heard me? Edward Scissorhands, you say, huh? Good friend of mine. I visited him in a dream last night. I don't think he liked what I had to say. Say, well, that's enough of them games, you. I'm gonna see what this paperwork talking about, man. We're gonna quit playing these games, man. I'm gonna see what you all working with, man. What you did. Man, who is you playing with? Your mama. Looks like we're gonna have a lot of fun in this cell, Wody. What if Freddy Krueger went to prison? That's right. Today, we're discussing inmates versus Freddy Krueger. It sounds like a bad movie, right? But what if it was real? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the most terrifying, hypothetical scenario. A supernatural entity unleashed inside a hardened prison, a supermax. Forget the rule book. We're exploring the brutal ingenuity of Freddy Krueger, the surprising strategies and the stark realities of prison life that would dictate survival when the boogeyman isn't just in your head, but unlocked in your cell. That's right, Freddy Krueger. I recently started a series on the Pen and The Shank, the most unusual and unique crime and prison channel experience on YouTube, where we talk about hypothetical scenarios of what if this pop culture icon or comic book character, cartoon character, etc. went to prison. And one of my viewers suggested that I do a video on Freddy Krueger. So I did what I did. I went in my garage, just like I did with Godzilla, and I started digging around to see if I had any Freddy Krueger collectibles. And lo and behold, let me show you something. Just for this video, I opened a Freddy Krueger collectible of a Freddy Krueger claw from the 1990s. That's right. I opened up this claw so I can make this video for you. That's right. Freddy Krueger in prison. Inside these walls, we're discussing how real life Freddy Krueger scenario would play out. It's not about escaping dreams, because you can't do that, but surviving a different kind of nightmare. We're exploring the brutal ingenuity of Freddy Krueger. That's right, the unexpected alliances and the stark realities of prison life that would dictate how inmates would have to team up to confront such a supernatural beast like Freddy Krueger. A handful of shanks and a bunch of body-built inmates aren't going to be enough to take him down, even when he's in the natural. This is what would happen. So as you know, Freddy Krueger is a supernatural entity. And if we're going to delve into what would happen if Freddy Krueger went to prison, first we need to discuss what happened to make Freddy Krueger a supernatural entity. If you know anything about Freddy Krueger, he is a pop icon culture from the 1980s, and he was a serial unaliver who got caught, went to jail, got out. The people of the town on Elm Street weren't happy that Freddy Krueger got away with all the unaliving that he did. He was a family man. He had a wife and child, but the people of the street and the town that he lived in were not happy because they had all lost someone to his violence. So Freddy Krueger was back at home. He beat the charges on technicalities, and they beat him up. And according to whatever law you look at, they burnt his house to the ground. Well, his wife and child was in the house, and they suffered and died because of what Freddy Krueger done. Listen, you can't feel sorry for Freddy Krueger. He was living a double life, and he didn't tell his wife what he was doing, and he was out there unaliving people. And depending on the iteration or the reiteration that you see of Freddy Krueger, it was originally said that Freddy Krueger would have those offenses. That's right, SA offenses. You know what I'm talking about. He messed with them children. Yeah. So Freddy Krueger gets to prison. They ask for his paperwork. We all know Freddy Krueger likes to play games. So they put Freddy Krueger in the cell, and dudes are like, yeah, we're going to handle up on Freddy Krueger, man, because you know what I mean? Everybody wants to know your paperwork. Well, here's something about supernatural beings. They don't too much care about what you think you need, you want. They don't care about the paperwork. They're going to play games with you, especially somebody like Freddy Krueger. We ain't talking about Jason Voorhees. He ain't going to say nothing. He don't laugh. He don't joke. He just does business. Freddy Krueger, he likes to carry it on the string. He likes to lead the horse around the desert until it passes out. Freddy Krueger likes to play games. That's right. Everything's a joke to him until he decides to take your life when you fall asleep. So you go in the cell and you like, man, what you in here for? And you beat up Freddy Krueger. He'll let you beat him up. You might get with the rest of the homies or your rounds or your gang, and y'all might be able to take Freddy in the natural. Freddy doesn't have the same powers in the natural that he does in the supernatural. So let's just say a bunch of the hardcore gangsters decide to jump Freddy on the yard. Chances are they would get the upper hand on him eventually. Now, keep in mind, even Freddy in the natural, he still has supernatural abilities. Though he can't warp reality like he does in the dream world, Freddy Krueger still has supernatural strength even when he's in the natural realm of not sleeping. His power comes in nightmares and dreams, because when he died, the lore goes that Freddy Krueger was confronted by 3 demons, and the 3 demons made a deal with Freddy Krueger that they would possess him and give him powers to take revenge on all the people who burned his house down and killed his wife and child, and they would possess him, and he would make that agreement to him, and he would be able to do what he wants in the dream world. So these 3 demons possessed Freddy Krueger, and Freddy Krueger now goes around unaliving people in their sleep. So now he's your cellmate. Y'all done jumped him on the yard. You think he's scared, but eventually you're going to have to fall asleep. And that's when Freddy comes in and does what Freddy does. That's right. Uh-oh, you're sleeping. Let's see that paperwork, boy. That's right. Freddy Krueger's going to play games with you until you can't handle it no more. You know what? What are you doing? You're supposed to sit down to pee. Freddy Krueger can play the prison games better than anybody because the dude is a literal troll. That's right. If he was on the internet, he would be an internet troll. Can you see him typing with these fingers? Tat, 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 tat. He would be an internet troll. He plays games. Everything's funny to him. Right? So you wouldn't be able to scare Freddy Krueger in your cell. The best thing that you could do when Freddy Krueger comes in your cell, and just like in the reiteration of the skit that I did in the beginning, the dude said, hey, look, Edward Scissorhand was my cellie. Freddy Krueger ain't no Edward Scissorhand. Edward Scissorhand is Friendly Bob. Edward Scissorhands is weak. He just got scissors on his fingers. Freddy Krueger is diabolical. So the best thing you could do, even if Freddy Krueger was put in a cell with you and you had to check protective custody, it's better to check protective custody on Freddy Krueger than to play games with Freddy Krueger. You ain't got nothing to prove. Check protective custody, get you a transfer status, but do not be in the cell with Freddy Krueger. Do you understand? Because he doesn't care what your charges are. Actually, he doesn't even care what his charges are. He got bad paperwork. That's right. Freddy Krueger got some bad paperwork. In most prisons, dudes would try to ride Freddy Krueger out. But the reality is Freddy Krueger is a reality warper, and you wouldn't be able to do nothing with him except check protective custody or eventually die by the shanks that's on the tips of his fingers. Jig, jig, jig. That's right. Freddy Krueger would do you in and you wouldn't be able to do nothing about it. If I was your homeboy and Freddy Krueger came to prison, I'd be like, man, you on your own, man. Make sure that dude gets all the cornbread and beans he wants. Let me get what's on that tray, boy. Who put a Snickers bed under my pillow? Uh-oh. Can you see Freddy Krueger licking his blades? That Snickers bar sure was good. Are you going to try to take it from me tonight? You'd be like, nah, man. Say, Cap, get me up out of the cell. Say, Saw Jeremy, get me up out of here, man. This old burnt up white boy, crazy as could be, man. Get me out of here, Cap. That's right. It would not go well if you was in a cell with Freddy Krueger. Actually, the judge who sentenced Freddy Krueger to prison, he would probably visit him the same night that he was in jail and unalive him in his sleep. Robes, gavels, and Freddy Krueger don't care, man. Wouldn't nobody be able to do nothing with him unless the gang shot caller in the prison was Jason Voorhees. Then you got a chance. But other than that, you done. Tap out, just check protective custody. And while you're at it, give me a like and subscribe to the Pen and the Shank, the most unusual and unique crime and prison channel experience on YouTube. And hype this video, share it. Let's blow the channel up. Tell me who else y'all want to see a video of on what if they went to prison.